Welcome! In this video we're going to talk about Twinmotion, a small preview, and how does it compare with the free version that's live right now. My name is Katarina, I'm a garden designer, and I'll see you next. So welcome to another video from Garden Design Tools. In this video we're going to talk about Twinmotion 2020, the free version, and the online course that's going to go live next week. Okay, so this is the second teaser video that they've published on their YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the link for this teaser in the video description. I just really wanted to focus on what I think it's important in the 2020 version of Twinmotion for garden designers and landscape architects. So the main thing that I think is really important, it's the vegetation, the quality of the vegetation. So Epic Games acquire, or they partner with, I'm not sure, I think they actually acquired Quixel, and that Quixel has Megascan, and they are basically, they do really photorealistic scans of vegetation, plant material. It's amazing, their website, nature material. So that means that you have much better textures, much more better vegetation quality in the new Twinmotion 2020. Okay, they have a lot of good, amazing materials. What I really like that you can see here in the video is that he actually does a pretty good thumbnail preview of the material. It's actually just dropping. Okay, the only thing you need to do is just drag and drop. The user interface in the 2020, at least in the preview they've published, is pretty much the same. You have some new things like the X-ray that you see there in the right corner there. You can actually choose things to make it transparent, to it actually like an X-ray to see it through. Another thing that I really think it's amazing for garden designers and landscape is just going to add some of that Megascan vegetation that I'm talking about. So you're not going to be able to see it here now, but this is really good quality vegetation, really amazing, really realistic. Okay, one thing that I think is still lacking, of course I'm just seeing from the video that he has posted here, but they have amazing trees, but they don't have a lot of plants and shrubs. Not what a garden designer or landscape architect would like. Okay, you can always come back that with the 3D warehouse, of course. The new thing they have is the age of the planting material, age and growth. Okay, and that's amazing because you can actually select, and they say it's specific to that plant species, so it's pretty realistic, the growth in terms of timing. Okay, but you can actually animate it after or show to your client how the species is going to look in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years, okay? And that's pretty amazing, especially you have a woodland, if you're planting a lot of trees in your project, something like that, you can do a pretty realistic projection of what it's going to look like when it's fully mature. So I think that's pretty cool. That's amazing thing, and I wish Lumion had that, especially if it's really, they say it's species specific, it says in the video. I'm just wondering if it is or not. If it says, I'm pretty sure it says. It is, but I think that's something that Lumion really should work on, you know. This is another tool that I think it's pretty amazing for landscape architects, is actually, it picks up the material texture. So in this case, all that's with this soil vegetation, soil texture applied, and it plants trees all over that specific material. Okay, so you don't have to, it's not even painting trees or placing them, it's just spreading them on top of that specific material. Okay, and it does that, you're gonna see that after with the grass. So we have a 2D grass applied in the roof of the building that's there, and it's gonna, using this tool, is gonna just plant in that material 3D grass, and it plants all in one go, and it's pretty easy. So as you can see, is here now is gonna select the 3D grass, vegetation spread is gonna go to the grass material. Okay, it has the tool, it just double clicks and you have the vegetation. The more you click, the more it plants, I believe. It seemed like is what it was doing, but it's pretty cool, it's pretty amazing, because right now you had to plant these blocks of, in Twinmotion, you had to plant these blocks of trees. That was something that, for example, Lumion was much better with, but right now you can just quickly plant things. In a specific material. Okay, so the weather, the only thing that changed in the weather tab is, compared with the free version, is that now you have an extra setting, that's the growth setting, and that's to visualize the growth of your of all the vegetation in the model. So that's pretty cool. One thing I would like to have is more options in terms of sky. You can geolocate your model. So they say in terms of lighting and conditions, it's pretty realistic, okay, wherever you geolocate your model around the world. But I would like to have something like Lumion has right now, a bit more options in terms of sky, clouds, etc. But you can see here the growth. So you can visualize everything growing, and you can animate this, okay? So that's pretty cool. Imagine just showing an animation of the growth of your of the vegetation is pretty cool. So you have this. These are the main things for landscape architects and garden designers that I think are important. I think the vegetation is a big thing, and I'm really hoping that they add more vegetation, that you can have this kind of, really in terms of shrubs and plants. That will be the ideal. I did a blog post yesterday, and I talk about what the free version has. So the main advantage of Twinmotion right now is that it is free. So as soon as the 2020 version is going to go live, I believe the free version is going to stop. You're going to stop being able to download it. Okay, so I'm really saying, and I keep saying to everyone, download the free version right now, okay? Because no matter what, you have that, okay? Because we don't know the price of the Twinmotion 2020, we don't know the price or conditions, so at least you have that free version with you. The main advantage when comparing with Lumion, okay, not only it's free, of course, but is that it works on Macs. Okay, so that's a really big thing for a lot of people that invest on Apple products, and using Twinmotion you can work on them. Okay, so but in here in the blog I just write a bit of advantage, and this is just the free version. Okay, and all these images I've done with the free version of Twinmotion. Okay, my course is going to go live next week. And is using only the free version. I will do an update later on when the 2020 is gonna go live, okay? And until the end of February, all the courses are 50% off. It was a way to celebrate the new year and the coming up of this new course in Twinmotion as well. So that's pretty cool. I think it's amazing what you can achieve. This is actually working with the SketchUp model, okay, so a bit like you do in Lumion, you have all the structure. This is not for modeling terrain or for, you don't do none of that in Twinmotion or Lumion, okay, so you work everything that's modeling terrain, structures, architecture, everything has to do in Revit or SketchUp, whatever you use, and then you can upload to these programs. So this is what I've done. And this is how the course is going to be like. We're going to talk about using a SketchUp model, what you need to do in SketchUp to prepare your model for Twinmotion. In this case, I'm using the free version. So I'm going to do some of the planting inside the SketchUp model, or import the plant in Twinmotion, that you can import 3D warehouse planting as well in Twinmotion, and how you can create this kind of images. Okay, so I think it's an amazing tool, especially because it's free right now. Okay, so really take advantage of that. In the blog post, I'm gonna add the link in the description of this video. You can check it out, the course curriculum. You have a link there. So basically this is the course curriculum. So introduction to the course, preparation, your preparation of your SketchUp model to Twinmotion, introduction to the programs, materials, plants, vegetation, furniture, features and decoration, rendering images, creating an animation, project extras and changes. Normally this chapter is a bit miscellaneous, so normally it's the biggest chapter, but it has a lot of tips and stuff like that. And conclusion. So the price of the course is going to be $87.50 until the end of February. Okay, so let me know what you think. I think the images are pretty cool, what you can achieve. You have some settings. The only thing is that the effects on rendering images are a bit rough. Especially, I'm always comparing with Lumion, okay? So, but you might have to tweak it a little bit in Photoshop or other apps like Snapseed, for example, if you're in an iPad or a mobile phone. But it's definitely something that's really amazing, especially if you have SketchUp. Download this tool because you don't have nothing to lose, and it's fairly easy to start learning it. Okay, let me know what you think about the course and what you think about Twinmotion. I think it has a lot of potential, especially because they are partnering with great companies for creating more vegetation and more quality materials, etc. Just another thing, in the 2020 version they have something pretty cool that actually creates an interactive PowerPoint so you can share to your clients specific a mix of animations with still images, with panorama images, but interactive to the client. At the same time, you can control what the client is visualizing. So that's pretty cool, and I will link to this video, this the second teaser they post in the description of this video as well. But I think it's an amazing tool, and I'm looking forward to see what they come up with next. Okay, so let me know what you think, and don't forget to check out our courses. Bye bye.